Welcome to the first notes of the year. We're going to be working with factors. So we're building on factors in multiples. Factors of a number are whole numbers that multiply to equal one number. So an example, factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So why do these numbers create factors of 12? Well, 1 times 12 is equal to 12. So 1 and 12 are going to be factors. 2 times 6 is equal to 12 too. So 2 and 6 are factors. And 3 times 4 is equal to 12. So 3 and 4 are factors. So all these numbers together that when multiplied equal to 12 are factors. To find factors, it is important to find factor pairs. So a factor pair is when two whole numbers that are multiplied to each other to equal a product. So in our previous example, the pairing or the multiplying of 1 and 12, of course, equaled 12. 1 and 12 is a factor pair because those two numbers multiplied together got the number that we were looking for. 2 and 6 are factor pairs as well for factors of 6 because factors of 12, sorry. 2 times 6 is equal to 12. So therefore, 2 and 6 are factor pairs. And the same thing with 3 and 4. 3 times 4, both of those together is equal to 12. So they're factor pairs. So let's do an example of our own. Find the factors of 24. Step 1. The first factors and factor pair of any number are the numbers 1 and the number itself. So I'm just going to kind of write that on the side. 1 times 24. That's one factor pair, creating two factors, 1 and 24. And 1 and 24 together are a factor pair. So again, 1 is a factor, 24 is a factor of 24, but 1 and 24 together are a factor pair. Oh, that was pretty easy. We already found 2. Let's keep going. Step 2. Determine if the number 2 can multiply to equal the number. If it does, then this and the number you multiply are a factor and a factor pair. If it doesn't, move to step 3. Okay, well, let's try 2. I already know 1 and 24 is one factor pair to equal 24. Now, what about 2? I can look at the multiplication chart. I can count by 2's in my head. I can just know offhand that yes, actually 2 does go into 24. So 2 times 12 is equal to 24. Hey, look at that. We found 2 more factors, 2 and 12. And 2 and 12 together equal another factor pair. Whew, we're on a roll. Okay, step 3. Try multiplying by the number 3. Again, if it is a factor, write it down. Next, try the number 4. Continue going through each number until you arrive at a number you already have written on your paper. Okay, well, let's take it step by step. We already know that 1 times 24 is one factor pair. We also know that 2 times 12 is another factor pair. So let's try 3. Let's see. We can do some brain work. We can skip count. We can look at a multiplication chart. All of these strategies can help us figure out that actually 3 does go into 24. And that's going to be 3 times 8. Hey, look at that. We have another factor pair and two more factors, 3 and 8. Okay, we tried 3. Now we're going to try the number 4. Let's see, does 4 work? Yes, it does. 4 times 6 is equal to 24. Fabulous. Now we have to continue going through each number until you arrive at a number you have already written down. Okay, well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. The next number is 5. Let's see, does 5 times anything equal 24? Uh-oh, it doesn't. There's nothing that equals 24 when we multiply by 5. So I'm just gonna write that down so you know in the future why we didn't have 5. Because nothing times 5 equals 24. So 5 is not a factor. Okay, so we know 5 is not an answer. Uh-oh. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna move on. The next number we would have is 6. Oh, wait, I already have a 6 up here. Oh, there we go. I've reached the number that I already have written down. So I don't even need to worry about 6 anymore. And I actually have all the factors that there are of 24. Here we go. Step 4. Write down all the numbers from the factor pairs. These are your factors. So looking up above, I see the number 1. I see the number 2, 3, 4. Didn't have 5, remember, because nothing equaled 24 when multiplying. But I do have 6 and 8, 12, and 24. Whew, that's a lot of factors. But hey, we did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24 are the factors of 24. The factor pairs of 24 are 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, and 4 and 6. Awesome job. Now here are just some vocabulary words that we need to make sure we keep in our brain. You should have these written down already so that you do not need to copy this again. But here we go. Important to know. Proper factors are whole number factors of a number less than the number itself. So a proper factor is going to be the numbers that are all the factors less than what the question is. So for example, proper factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Notice how 12 is not a factor in here because it is not under a proper factor. Prime numbers. A prime number is a number with only 2 factors, so 1 and the number itself. So for example, 13. Factors of 13 are only 1 and 13. Nothing else. We can't multiply by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11 to equal 13. It's just 1 and 3. A composite number is a whole number with factors other than 1 and itself. So prime numbers and composite numbers are the opposites of each other. So a composite number, an example, is 6. Factors of 6 include 1, 2, 3, and 6. We know this is a composite number because we have two other factors other than 1 and the number itself. Awesome. Let's keep going. A square number is a number that is the result of the product of a number multiplied by itself. So let's look at the example. 3 times 3 equals 9. So we took the 3 and multiplied it by itself to get 9. Another example of a square number is 2 times 2, or 4 times 4, 5 times 5. I'm sure you get the picture by now. Then one more little straggler, and the word is multiple. Multiple is the product of that number and another whole number. So taking a look at that example, we have 24 is a multiple of 6 because 6 times 4 is equal to 24. And here we go as another example. 15 is a multiple of 5 because 3 times 5 equals 15. Now this number is this word's going to be very important as we continue on. So please make sure we get it in our brain that what you multiply to is going to be called a multiple. You guys did great for this first video, so let's continue with our notes and get ready for the assignment. Good job.